A president's plan implodes. Progress on biofuels stalls. Another flawed policy. Next on Global Pulse. One of the Bush administration's first efforts to curb fossil fuel use has gone terribly wrong. It began on an optimistic note in March 2007, as Fox News reported.
Biodiesel, ethanol.
The leaders of the world's two largest producers of ethanol, President Bush and Brazilian President Lula da Silva, have signed a new agreement to share technology in order to increase ethanol production. Brazil has already replaced 40% of its gasoline demand with ethanol made from sugarcane. Over the next 10 years, the Bush administration is trying to replace 20% of the U.S. gas intake with ethanol, largely made from corn.
U.S. ethanol producers receive a 51-cent per gallon tax credit, as well as subsidies for growing corn that totaled $9 billion in 2005. Too much of a good thing? Trouble appeared barely a month later, as ABC News reported.
In 2 weeks, Wisconsin farmer David Adams will be planting a lot more corn than usual.
This field here is another 35 acres. It was wheat last year, and it'll be corn also.
But down on the farm, not everyone is happy. David Kyle is a dairy farmer.
Last year, this much corn feed for Dave Kyle's cows cost him $500. This year, it cost him $1,000.
So milk will cost more this year, along with beef, chicken, turkey, and pork at the supermarket.
As the BBC reported, the UN also noticed a connection between biofuels and food prices.
The head of the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization said we need to make sure that enough food is still grown for the nearly 1 billion people without enough to eat.
There's an explosion in the amount of biofuels being grown around the world. 7 years ago, it was around 1 million hectares. Now it's reaching 25 million. That's just over the size of Britain, and it's virtually doubling every year.
And soon, the skyrocketing cost of food became a standard item on business news reports worldwide.
A shortage of corn in the diets of Guatemalans is expected due to the extraordinary demand in the U.S. for ethanol. The price of a bushel, equivalent to 123 kilograms, has increased in the American market from $4 to $8. While there is no production of ethanol in Guatemala yet, the price of grain has risen 73%.
So what went wrong? First, according to Noticias, ethanol is far from a perfect fuel.
Environmentalists warn that what is already happening in other countries will happen here. Energy crops will overtake nature. In addition, there are concerns about the real benefits of corn ethanol. It doesn't reduce pollution because it requires carbon fertilizers, insecticides, and transportation to produce it.
The great ethanol boom of 2007 went bust by October, as NBC News reported.
With profits down, ethanol companies are scaling back their plans. The farmers like Denny Hawks in Illinois did their part.
This is the best crop we've ever had in our life.
They're harvesting the largest American corn crop in history as farmers try to capitalize on corn prices up more than 70% in the past 2 years. But without enough alternative fuel vehicles to soak it all up, the price of ethanol is falling.
The wrong fuel and a haphazard policy agenda have driven food prices higher worldwide. While biofuels are no closer to helping ease the oil crunch, solutions can be found. Grow non-food products on unused land. Turn the inedible parts of food crops into fuel. Or just buy it from Brazil. This is Erin Coker for Global Pulse.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only US network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.